Hello, I'm going to show you how to make the crystal star at the center of my latest design. I'm not going to tat the whole thing, I'll just concentrate on the central part here and show you how I place the crystals at the center. So I'm starting here, I've just got a little ring and the first half of the first chain. And the first thing you have to do is make a very long picot, long enough to place all the crystals onto it. It's a little bit fiddly to make because you have to hang on to this long gauge and then go and make the stitch right at the end of it, like that. Make sure it fits nicely and it really measures the full length of your gauge. Complete the chain. Remove your gauge, and here you just have to be careful when you snug the stitches that you hold on to it while you push it, because it does tend to twist with this really long picot. So there you go, the first chain with the long picot on it. Let's move that out of the way. I'm just gonna reverse work, make the little ring, and then go back to the next chain. Close the ring, reverse work, and now we're going to make the second chain. So I'm tatting the first half, and now we want to join to the long picot, and we're going to place 2 crystals onto the long picot before making that first join. And it's really important here that you do not twist that picot. So hang on to it here and make sure it lays flat and it's not twisted at all before you make the join. Before you make the join. And complete the chain. So that's the first 2 chains. You can see here, I'll just pull on it a little bit. Like that. You can see how that's what I'd call the left leg of the picot and the right leg of the picot. Now you're going to slide the crystal down next to the chain, the second crystal. And what you want to do, I'd already pulled on it a little bit so it's easier to see. What you want to do now is pull on the right leg of the picot. And keep pulling, and by doing that it brings the second crystal right next to the first crystal. And then you have what's left of the long picot. I'm going to snug that chain again because it's misshapen it, but reverse work. I'm going to make the next little ring. Reverse work, and now we're going to make the third chain. And you just repeat the process, so you're ready to join to the long picot. This time you only need 1 crystal, can get my hook through it. Again, make sure that the picot is not twisted. Place the crystal onto it. And make the join. Oops. Complete the chain. And same as before. And same as before. You want to see which one's the right leg of the picot, which is here. You're going to slide the crystal down and pull on the right leg of the picot as it comes out of the top of the crystal, like so. And you can see now how it's starting to take shape. And you just repeat for the next two crystals. Little ring to turn. Cut the first half of the fourth chain. Now you're ready to join to the long picot. Place another crystal on the picot, making sure it's not twisted. So you look at it now like this. Needs to lie flat. Oops. Make the join. And complete the chain. Slide the crystal down next to the chain and then pull on the right leg of the picot. It does get a little bit difficult once you're at the fourth crystal because it's a little, you haven't got much space left. If you find it too hard, you can use a little, perhaps a pair of tweezers to pull on it. I find it still okay, but just pull on the right leg of the picot and you should have just enough thread left to place your last crystal on it. Snug the chain. Make the last little ring so I can turn around again. Reverse work. And the last chain. This is not my best tatting. I'm just going quickly to show you the technique for the center. So we are now placing the last crystal on what's left of the long picot. Such a tiny hook, it's sometimes hard to see which way it's facing. And on that last one, it's a little bit tight, so it's probably easier to go and grab the thread behind with your little hook rather than Pass the shuttle through for the last join. And complete the chain. And then you're going to join at the beginning. And here's what it looks like when it's finished. Just like in the center of this one. I hope you found this interesting and useful. See you next time. Bye bye.